the next one is coming from a startup, and they are saying that one of the biggest risks of losing our IP is when we enter into a discussion with a potential funder, because we have to discuss our idea in a greater length unless he won't be interested in funding. So, and what if this funding opportunity fails and he takes away your idea and shares with somebody else and your IP is gone? So should we have some kind of agreement signed before we sit for a funding pitch, or what is your suggestion for that?
So excellent question. So again, in the US, it's very common to first get your IP. That's first, or at least start the process and make your filings for patents, etc. Number one. Number two, before you start talking to a funder, you file a non-disclosure agreement or a mutual confidentiality agreement, and so that it's very clear that any discussion that is taking place under that mutual confidentiality agreement, and that the information that is given is used only for evaluating the technology and is not going to be used for any other purpose. Having said that, as a practical matter, most people, even after they file even after a confidentiality agreement is signed, they will show the results of the technology, but until there is more progress, they will not show you how they got the results. They are quite careful in how they reveal their cards. They'll show you, yes, we can do this. Yes, we can do that. We can also run some tests for you. So if you want to give us some test samples, we will run some tests for you and we'll show you the results. But we're not going to open everything to you and risk losing everything. So yes, this is a situation that has to be carefully managed. I agree. And especially with the funders, it's not so much of an issue because the funders are, they are not experts in the area. But if a startup is talking to a bigger company in the same area, it becomes a real issue. Because the bigger company might simply be interested in taking the technology. They really don't want to pay for it. So the funders just want to know, is this worthy? Is this good? So sometimes with funders, you can convince them, please appoint an expert. Please appoint somebody else. Please appoint an expert to look at my technology. Go find some expert and let them evaluate my technology. So that's something that's possible with a funder. But with a larger company in your own field, it becomes more problematic.